KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic. People caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Hello, good morning, and happy Friday. Thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jerk, and in a few minutes, I'll be joined by First Alert meteorologist Caitlin Lohr with a look at today's forecast and the Memorial Weekend ahead. We start with state news, updates from Minnesota legislative leaders on several key budget issues as the state gets ready for an eventual special session. Leaders of all three non-minority caucuses shared that they're getting increasingly closer to finishing the major work, paving the way for the governor to call that special session. As Quinn Gorham explains, sticking points are slowly getting unstuck.
Energy is a little stuck, but they're working. Commerce, we think, is essentially done except for the proofreading.
DFL Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman rattled off a list of progress updates for each major budget bill on Thursday afternoon. 6 of the committees were described as either essentially done or very close, others more a work in progress.
In K-12, they're having a public meeting either now or soon. The House is aligned. There's a little tension between the House and the Senate right now. But that work is progressing.
Hortman and Republican House Speaker Lisa Dameth appeared in tandem, but Senate Majority Leader Aaron Murphy says some of their members have been at odds.
The House is coming in like a two-headed monster. The Democrats have a perspective, and they're offering spreadsheets, and the Republicans have a perspective, and they're offering spreadsheets.
But Hortman and Dameth say despite their party differences, the House has navigated a tie in good form.
As you've seen, as we've worked through the challenges to the start of the session in the House, we've already made quite a bit of progress, still maintaining our uniqueness of two different parties, but needing to come together.
All leaders feel significant progress has been made since Monday's regular session adjournment.
I think things are going, even though it's slower than we would like, things are going well. It doesn't appear that anyone has quit or given up, and that is a very good sign in the right direction.
People are probably not going to want to be here on Saturday, May 31st. So I think the drive will be to probably finish by the 30th.
We are making slow and steady progress, ironing out our differences in a way that I hope means that we'll be able to get to work of a special session soon.
In St. Paul, Quinn Gorham, KEYC News Now.
Here at home, a Mankato warehouse has new owners after its parent company filed for bankruptcy more than 6 months ago. Aaron Stuvey takes us there.
Last October, True Value declared bankruptcy, being sold to the Do It Best Corporation. That put the business's facilities in limbo, including the Mankato location, as corporate restructures put the future of the distribution center up in the air. But now the building has a new purpose, as Volk, a company residing just down the street, has purchased the building, hoping to turn the 300,000 square foot facility into their new headquarters and distribution center.
It really adds into the distribution side of the business, as well as the transportation side, because it's going to give us more space for our equipment and just marching forward.
There is a bit of work to do on the building, cleaning up the remains of True Value and renovating the space to be more office-friendly. The company expects to open up the new building in September, at which point they'll add around 30 jobs there, while also retaining some of the staff that previously worked at the True Value facility.
We were actually able to rehire some of the True Value employees and bring them inside and again, give them jobs. I feel bad for the True Value team. However, I think that with the additional workforce that we're going to be able to bring on, we'll be able to replace and grow that business substantially.
In Mankato, Aaron Stuvey, KEYC News Now.
Switching gears here at the desk, and joining me is Caitlin Lohr. Caitlin, it's Memorial Weekend, and you and I were talking prior to starting the show that you called it perfect.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good way to put it because it's not going to be too hot. It's not going to be too cold. I think there's just something for everybody this weekend.
Yeah, and I think that, I mean, I know everyone wants it to be sunny and warm enough to swim, but it's the kickoff of summer, so swimming really isn't the top priority. It's just being able to get outside. No, not yet. It's just being able to get outside, and we're going to see a nice mix of sunshine and cloud coverage and wonderful temperatures. it's going to be one that you definitely don't want to spend your weekend inside. Now, we do have a little bit of rain in the forecast. So let's talk about our precipitation chances. We do have a chance for a couple of showers and within the area later this afternoon and evening, but very minor. Only a small portion of us are really going to see that little bit of rain, and it's not even going to amount to a whole lot. So if you have plans, and you'll see who you are soon, but if you are in that area and you have plans today to be outside, you probably don't have to change them. Now, you might see a little bit of a steady rain from time to time, but it's going to be a drizzle or a sprinkle. We're not talking actual showers or heavy rain, and again, you'll see that in just a minute. The rest of the weekend is going to be rather dry until late Monday night when isolated rain chances return, but then they're going to become scattered throughout Tuesday, lingering into Wednesday. Wednesday night, they return back to isolated chances, lingering throughout Thursday, and then we ended the month of May and welcome June with sunshine and June-like temperatures. So let's talk about that rain. We are right now on the sunny side. We'll get a little bit of cloud coverage moving in through the afternoon into this evening. Now, depending on where you are, for areas east and north of Mankato, you're going to see partly cloudy skies. For areas west and south of Mankato, you're going to see more cloudy skies through the later afternoon hours today. Along with that, as you can see, you're going to see a little bit of rain. Most of that rain is going to be where those darkest greens and little bits of yellows are. So far southwestern Minnesota into northwestern Iowa. Yes, I know this is showing a chance of rain from Redwood Falls. You'll see here in just a minute through southeast through New Ulm, Mankato, Waseca, Albert Lee, Mason City. Some of these areas could see a little bit of some rain between this afternoon and evening, but it's going to be more like a sprinkle or a handful of raindrops, and that'll be it. So unless you're outside or you're driving around and you see those raindrops hit your windshield, you're probably not even going to know that it rained in our area. Most of that rain, like I said, is going to be from Pipestone southeastward to Worthington, and then again that northwestern portion of Iowa. A couple isolated sprinkles, I should say, will linger into tomorrow morning, but then clear up, making way for more sunshine mixed with clouds. Just to show you how light this rain is, take a look at our rain totals. We're only looking at 1/10 of an inch or less. Again, Pipestone southeastward through Worthington and Spencer. Little bit of rain possible, accumulation that is, for Esterville and Algona. But the other areas, again, just a couple sprinkles or stray raindrops possible. All that said and done, we'll see a few increasing clouds depending on where you are in the area, with a high of 65 degrees this afternoon. Tonight, again, depending on where you are, a couple isolated sprinkles to a light shower possible with a low of 47 degrees. Tomorrow, a mix of sunshine and cloud coverage, more 60s on the way. Here is a look at that perfect May forecast, in my opinion, for the upcoming weekend. We've got mid to upper 60s, low 70s, a really nice mix of sunshine and cloud coverage, a great weekend to be outside. We mentioned those chances of rain for early next week, and then look how we close out the month of May and welcome June. We're going to go right back up into those upper 70s and low 80s with open arms.
I can't wait for the 78, 76, and 80 degrees right there. It's going to be a roller coaster. We'll go up for Memorial, down a little bit, and then June will be...
But at least it's not going to be as cool or cold as it was the start of this week.
True.
So.
That is absolutely true. Good news from Kate and Laura in the weather department. We got to talk about some sports real quick here. The top-ranked Mankato East softball team sets out to defend their section title at this year's tournament. Cougars with a bye in the first round, taking on Albert Lee. Top half of the first. Kylan Stengel is on her A game in the circle, and that's bad news for the Tigers. Senior with 3 strikeouts in the first inning. Cougars coming up to plate in the bottom half. Offense strikes early and often. Kenley Staunton with a leadoff walk. That comes back to haunt later. Staunton takes off, and she will steal second. You'll see that in a moment just right here. There it is. She is in scoring position just like that. Later, Stengel up at the plate. This is what we call a swinging bunt. Gets the job done. 1 run will score. Cougars up 1-0. Emily Hacker at the dish now. Junior pulls this into left field. 2 runs are able to score, and Hacker winds up at second with a double. It's 3-0. East wins big, 10-0 in 5 innings over the Tigers. Cougars advance and will play the winner of this next game in the next round. It's New Ulm against Mankato West. This is one of the tougher sections in the state for a reason. Both the Eagles and Scarlets have been state ranked all year. Picking up the action in the first, New Ulm up 1-0. Ramsey Hopp having a great season pitching for the Eagles. Gets a couple strikeouts in the bottom half of the inning. Strands a runner on third. Senior does a good job of changing speeds. Here's another strikeout, this one in the second inning. Leah Grunts up at the plate for West. Great piece of hitting to shoot this into the opposite field. Then Hops gets out of the inning. Odd play pitch hits the bat, rolls into fair territory. She applies the tag for the out. New Ulm goes on to win by a final of 3-1. Eagles play East Saturday at noon, while West plays St. Peter at 10 in the morning. Two ISG Field crosstown rivals, Mankato East and Mankato West, meet at the baseball diamond for the second time this season. East winning the first game back in April. To the fourth inning we go. Jack Hansen gets the inning started for the Cougars with a base hit. A couple pitches later, Hansen gets himself in scoring position. Great jump there with the stolen base. East looking to extend its lead, and Caden Willert does just that. He's on first with an RBI single. Cougars lead 3-1. To the fifth inning, the Scarlets turn two, and check out the stretch at first from Mason Schreiber. Oh my goodness. Goalie, you bet, at first base, gets West out of the inning with no damage done. The Scarlets still trailing by 2 runs. East holds on to win over West 3-1. The Cougars are your Big Nine conference champs for the second year in a row. Caitlin, I don't think I could stretch like that. I probably would pull a hamstring.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not even going to attempt it.
Not even going to attempt it. Well, thank you guys very much. Enjoy your Memorial weekend and be safe as always. Thanks for watching this KUIC News Now to Go update. Stay with KUIC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
Enjoy the wonderful weekend. Download the free KUIC News and weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.